Love and peace and happiness. Connecting the body and the body. Connecting the body, heart and mind. Connecting the body and the spirit. Connecting the heart, mind, and the body. Connecting the heart, mind, and heart. Connecting the heart, mind, and the spirit. Connecting the spirit and the body. Connecting the spirit, heart, and mind. And connecting the spirit and the spirit. One for the body, one for the heart, one for the mind, divine truth. Let me see, speak and hear it with accuracy, clarity, and simplicity for my beloved brothers and sisters of humanity, for their highest, latest, and brightest good, for their overall love, peace, health, wealth, and happiness, praise in all our days. We have the end of a situation, and you just want clarity about it. So what you're doing is you're praying, you're trusting that this is a blessing for you. You're knowing that this is a blessing for you. You feel like you gave more than you received, okay? And you're talking about how quickly things change. You know that you remembering your truth in this, okay? What you're going to learn is somebody was just inadequate, unqualified. There was some unhealthy or even toxic behaviors in this that were part of the cause for the way things went, the way things turned out in this, okay? You were unawares, though. You were unawares, okay? Yeah, so you've been resting, you've been thinking about this, you've been tapping into what does my soul have to say about this. It's like somebody, oh gosh, you're going to have a dream, you're going to have a download, you're going to have awareness. Some of you, it's literally just going to come through this reading that somebody's intention towards you was to leave you out in the cold, to take you, it's like leave you broken, leave you broke, take your money, take your wealth, take your health. Why did it just show me this old movie? I couldn't even tell you what the name of it was. But there's this old movie, and it's like these young people were taking care of the old people. And at the end of the day, what was discovered was that the young people were actually the old people, and they were like stealing life force energy from the young people to stay alive longer, to stay immortal, so to speak. And so that's what was happening there, and that's the kind of energy it was happening for, or their intention was that it happened possibly financially or literally with your health. Like somebody wanted to tap into your health and vitality, but you're protected. Like, and you know that the way you move, you don't move in fear, you don't move in vulnerability, you don't move in victim mode. You move in the energy of I'm blessed, safe, and protected no matter where I stand in my skin. You know you're a self-generated energy. You know you have soul connection, spiritual awareness, soul consciousness. You know you're consciously aware of yourself, of your spirit, of your energy. Yeah. And somebody else is letting go. They're letting go. They're releasing. They're sad. Like they're not exactly happy because they do have to let go. Because again, they were tapped in. They were trying to access your wealth. They were trying to access your health. They were trying to access your stability. Right? They had a plan. They came in with an agenda. They were gonna. Came in to try to pretend like they were bringing you your flowers, give you gifts or something like that. But at the end of the day, you know, they actually were working some sort of intention. uh, at the very easiest and lightest level of this, they were working intention. At the ugliest and heaviest level of this, they were doing black magic, they were doing spell work. But this is like somebody sees and we have an opportunist here. Yeah, there's an opportunist. Yeah. Yeah, you know that you're in tune with the truth. It resonates a certain way with yourself. You know your truth, and so when you hear the truth, when you feel the truth, it resonates a certain way with you. And the truth that you were getting about this person was they got some sort of intention. This person is trapped. They're in a situation. They're out to get something. There's another side of them that I haven't seen. You're like, well, whatever I'm here to do, let me offer that. You were like, I'm gonna give it. You said I have plenty to spare and to share. I don't feel like I'm vulnerable to attack. I don't feel victim stuff. So fine. You showed up for a reason. If you showed up with your agenda, you were able to come and breach a specific barrier. There must be a reason in it, right? And so you're like, okay, fine, let's figure that out. Yeah, fine, let's figure that out. Okay. And so you came to it, right? And what this did was it actually uh opened up something that was going to be very nourishing for you. Aha. Okay, yeah, it's something that was going to be very nourishing for you opening up. You were like, well, let's see what this person has cooking up. Let's see what this person has cooking up. You never did let it bother you. Again, you never let it bother you because you know that somehow things work out for you. Somehow it always comes out to be that anything people have planned to work against you, it ends up on top of their head as a weight they have to carry. So you didn't stress at all. Yeah. And that's the thing, is they were trying to offer you stress. You never got stressed out. So this person, they said some things, they did some things to try to upset you, to get you to worry, to get you to be concerned, to get you to feel inadequate in some sort of way. That didn't ever work. Yeah, because you were too blessed, safe, and protected on all sides. You were always blessed, safe, and protected on all sides. Like, they did not have the awareness of that. And so they were sad. Why doesn't it work? Well, mainly it doesn't work because you know your truth. You know the truth. And I'm hearing you always speak it out. I'm always blessed, safe, and protected no matter where I am in my skin. Whichever way you speak those ideas out, you do. And you know it, right? And you're in an empowered position. You know that if you've attracted a situation, if you attracted some chaos, if you attracted a storm, there's a purpose in it. And so you begin to look at, what's the purpose for this mess that I attracted, right? And this person, they didn't want you to see that their main goal, that the thing that was on their head, they did not want you aware that their main goal and what was on their head was to get your financial stability. You have some sort of financial stability. Another person did not want you to know that that was part of their goal. So they could have come in looking like they were giving a lot, because if they could get you to take, then they feel like, you're going to feel indebted to them, right? Yeah, they always had an agenda. And even when they did offer, they offered from a place of trying to attack. Even their offer comes as an attack. Uh yeah, and this person really came into your life very quickly. They presented themselves as being completely independent and single, and you were like, I'm going to take this slow. You said, I'm going to take this slow. I'm not going to rush. Okay. You know that I'm here in divinity, and allowing a process to overflow, to unveil, unravel, to be revealed. Yes. And so although this person tried to push you to rush, you didn't allow it. You said, no, these tides move when they move. I see 777 on the table right here, 777, and I see good fortune. Like, this is prosperity for you. Yeah. You knew that there were some things that were beyond your awareness. You were realizing, like, well, there's clearly something for me to see here. There's something that is being hidden from me. You were in tune with that. You were aware, right? And again, what you were not aware of was that this person was only attracted to you, or mainly attracted to you, because they want. So their offer to marry you was to access your energy. Their offer to gift you things was because they wanted you to feel obligated to return to them. It's like somebody went and take a loan. And like, here, I got this for you. And then later they're going to be, well, I got you that. So can you do this for me? And yeah, it's way more than their loan. Yeah. And you overcame this. Like, you didn't fall for it. You're like, oh yeah, no thank you, I don't need that, or no thank you, I don't want to do that, right? Or maybe you accepted the gift, but when it came back to them saying, oh, well, since I did this for you, can you do that for me? Oh no, I can't. Well, I appreciate what you did, but no, I can't. Some of you even said, here, you can have it back, because I can't do that. If that's what you're expecting, if that's what you're thinking, you can have it back, right? They didn't expect that from you. And yeah, you took away a weapon from them in that. Somebody here is used to being able to manipulate, to guide another person's actions, because they do little favors. Like, they do little favors, right? Well, here's the thing. You have already sealed the deal on that type of behavior. Like, you have plenty to spare and share. You're very wise about it. And the thing of it is, you've had a lot of people that's come across your path that tried to tap into your energy, that have tried to siphon your energy, that have tried to put their hooks in you. You've already overcome this so many times. This person didn't know that. And so I heard that exactly what they asked for. but they didn't realize that it was going to affect you negatively instead of you negatively. Yeah, there's somebody here who wanted to be with you, to be long term in your life, right? You're expecting the best of all the things that comes your way. Somebody got inebriated, they got drunk, they got so drunk they started to tell on themselves. Somebody got so drunk they started to tell on themselves. Yeah, all this stuff that was bottled up, like they didn't know, like they didn't even realize what they did. They showed you who they really were during a state of being drunk, right? Whatever they were drunk on, I do feel like they were drunk though. I do feel like I'm talking about literal drunk, and then drunk on power or something like that as well. And you're like, oh no, we're definitely changing course. I feel like you were, no, we're changing course because now I can see you. How you gonna tell me? Well, here's the thing: you can hold your drink better than them. Oh, you can hold your drink better than them. So maybe what had happened was you guys were drinking together, right? But you were okay with it. This person lost their mother loving mind. They drank too much. They drank too much. They lost control of their consciousness. They lost control of their mind. They let the cat out of the bag. They let the truth out. They said more than they meant to. Like if they were consciously aware, if they weren't drunk out of their mind, if they were not drunk out of their mind, they would have never said some of the things that they said, which gave you the information that you needed to know. You were like, oh my God, I can't believe this person has been keeping this secret from me. This person, and I've been working with them. There's like, don't get caught up in that, because this person, yeah, they created an illusion and you were allowed to believe it for a minute. Okay, but they're saying don't get caught up in it. Don't get caught up in it. And it's like this person, the next day, I see the next day they peeking at you like, do they still believe it? Are they still on the hook? They just looking on the side. They don't know what to make of it. Now, you're not exactly being so forthcoming about the fact that you don't believe it no more. You already know the truth. You're not telling them what they told you last night. You're not telling them what they showed you last night, but they showed their whole ass. They showed their whole ass. They told you everything you needed to hear. You're like, I'm going to play my cards accordingly. Yeah, this is a game of strategy. You're not telling them your next moves. You're not telling them what you know. Yeah, but you can see what's coming. You can see what's coming down the road. Yeah. So you're moving accordingly to what you've learned. And you're at peace about the way you're moving. Right? So it's like if they tell you that they have plans to do this, that, and the other, like meanwhile, you've got the locksmith on the line, you've changed the passcode to the safe and you moved all the money out of that account that they have access to. You know what I'm saying? Like you start to put stuff into motion. You ain't telling them about it. You're keeping that information to yourself and watching how they move. Right? Because they told you too much. They told you too much. They revealed too much. They're making choices. They know that they're against you. But they think that you don't know. They don't know what you're doing. And whatever they were doing this to try to chop you down to size. I heard chop you down to size, to break your heart. But you're already searching your soul about it. So when you're in private, you could be crying. While you're in private, you're making plans. While you're in private, you're checking yourself, right? And you're like doing this healing work. You're doing this coming to grips with what is, coming to acceptance of the situation. They don't even know. They don't know. They'll never know. You're like, I've been through this so many times. And so you're doing this investigation to try to figure out, why the heck did this keep happening, and how can I do it different this time? You're like, I don't want to do this the same way I did before, because I don't want to attract the situation no more. Yeah, this person doesn't even know that you could see beyond their mask. It's been revealed. The feelings you have for them have changed. It's not the same as it was, right? Meanwhile, you're either still living together or it appears that you're holding on. But that's all. That's all just that's all for appearances now. When you're in private, you have your feelings. You cry it out, and I feel like it's because you know that this has got to end. You know that this has got to end. It's got to end. This is not ever going to give you what you wanted. You realizing like part of the reason that this has happened because you got some codependency behaviors, you got some your own little toxicities, and it needed to be addressed some sort of way. This was a great game plan from spirit to get you to address it, and that's the epiphany that you have that breaks down some fake facade that you've been entertaining and upholding all this time. And you know that that person, no matter what they say, you know it's not love, you know that there's no love there, right? And this is how you heal. You are healing while you're in the situation. You're healing while you're in the same place. You're healing while you're in the same circumstances, right? You know that there's no going back from this. You know that this is going to change your life forever. You know that this is going to change the way things go. Meanwhile, you're showing this face of calm, patience, and peace, right? And you're like, I can do this. I got to finish this cycle. I got to finish this path. I got to finish this month out. I got to finish this experience out. It's like if you got some sort of reason to be there, you're going to finish that up. You're like, I'm going to close this out once and for all. Yeah. And that's literally all you're seeing there. It's like, this is the end. This is my means to a happy ending, right? Again, keeping the information to yourself. Where you're making your plans, you're saving your funds, you're planning your next move, laying the path ahead of you, you're keeping it to yourself. This person is over here thinking that you don't know. They think that they're keeping you confused. They think you can't see. They think you don't know. They think from their perspective, they think you're all good with everything, right? Yeah. But in the end of the day, like you're just cleansing yourself of the ideas, the energies, the illusions, the experience that you're having with this person. It's like letting go of the hopes, letting go of the wishes, letting go of all those things. And really, you're making your move. You've got boundaries up that this person doesn't have awareness of, because you're showing up. You're showing up like, oh yeah, it's all good. But at the end of the day, it's over, and it's been over. And you know, this separation must happen. You separated your feelings from this person, even though you still have them in your presence for a minute. You're like, I know that my new day is coming, right? I'm planning my action, right? And I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to let them think that they got me where they want me. I'm going to let them think I'm confused. I'm going to let them think I can't see. And I'm going to keep it a secret. I have a plan for myself. Since it's okay to keep secrets, like they wrote the book on this, it's okay for you to keep secrets from me. That gives me permission to keep secrets from you. Okay, fine. I'll take action. I'll make plans. I'll start building my new energy and my new place. And you don't need to know nothing about it, right? But in the end of the day, like right now, like you laying in your bed, you worried, you concerned, you're trying to strategize, figure some things out. And you're making choices, right? You're like, I'm going to pretend like I don't know. Again, they think they've got you right where they want you. They think that you're confused. You don't know. They think that you're dumb. But in the end of the day, you really, you know that this is over. So in the meanwhile, like, you know that eventually this person is going to be sitting looking sad and distraught because they thought they had control over you. They literally thought they were going to control what you were doing. They're going to have another thought coming. They're going to find a new perspective. They're going to find out what a dirty rat ass M or F they are, right? Mother loving trucker. And they're going to know that it's based off of what they did in the past. They're going to wonder when you figured it out, because it's almost like 1, 2, 3, you didn't know. By the fourth one, you found out. And then they did it 2 more times on top of that. Yeah. And that was their destruction. That was their path of destruction. This is what I have for you at this time. Until next time. Sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby. That's all, folks. And I'm out.